final day of this 10-game road trip for the Phils, and they're looking to get to the 500 mark with a 5-5 record. It's the finale of a 4-game series against the Atlanta Braves. After a long one last night, we'll see what shape the Braves bullpen is in this afternoon. The Phillies fans are hoping to celebrate a victory here at Turner Fields. Well, the Phillies on this road trip so far, 4-5. Now, they haven't hit all that well. They're only within 6 runs of the opposition. But look at the starters' ERA and the bullpen ERA. That is something that the Phillies have not been used to so far in 2016. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy along with Matt Stairs. We get set for the finale, and for the second time on this road trip, Jared Eickhoff will take the mound for the Phillies. Now, he has a league-leading 12 losses, but his last outing against the Miami Marlins was probably his most complete outing of the year, even though he lost.
No, I would agree. He was very aggressive with his fastball, which is a key for Jared Eickhoff, because we all know his curveball and his slider is very good. But really, it was the first pitch that got him going, attacking the zone, throwing a good fastball. He threw 7 innings. He only allowed 5 hits, 1 walk. He did punch out 8 guys. But I really thought that he was on a mission that game with his fastball. He wanted to point it on the corners, keep it up elevated, and we all know how good his curveball was. He didn't throw as many sliders this game. His sliders was a little flat this game. But when you have that good command of the secondary pitch of a curveball and a fastball, that's why he did really well.
All right, so take a look at the numbers against his pitches. Last year, 243 against the fastball, 329 against the fastball. Is that all because of commands?
Yeah, it's all about location, 329, and those numbers are going down. But he knows he's not a guy that's going to be able to blow that fastball by guys 94, 95. He lives right around 91 miles an hour, so he has to be very accurate with his fastball, knowing that he lives in the corner, which makes his slider and his curveball and his changeup, he's been mixing in a little bit, makes it even better.
And if you look at those slider numbers, yes, they are over 200, the batting average against, but he is throwing it more often, so there's more opportunities for the opposition to go after it. So he'll take the baseball today. He'll be opposed by Joel De La Cruz, making his second start of the season against the Phillies and his third start overall. Well, we've seen during this series that the Phillies have gotten into the Braves bullpen, and that's part of the reason why they've been successful. Can they do it again? Can they ride the long ball? We'll find out. It's Alumni Weekend here in Atlanta. Lineups and first pitch when we return. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. By Toyota. For great summer deals, visit your local Toyota dealer or buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Citizens Bank. The next time you have a question about money, don't keep it to yourself. Ask a citizen. And by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. As we get set for the finale of this 4-game series, a little conversation going on with Larry Boa and Mickey Morandini. Mickey just brought out the lineup card for the Phils, and now he'll head over to first base to do a little coaching. Boy, Larry's been coaching Mickey Morandini for a long time during the course of their baseball lifetimes. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Hernandez, Herrera, and Franco, followed by Tommy Joseph, Aaron Altair, and Carlos Ruiz, who's doing the catching today. The bottom third of Cody Ashe, Freddie Galvis, and then the pitcher spot, Jared Eichhoff. That has not changed much over the last few days. You see what Tommy Joseph's done here in the month of July, and they will face right-hander Joel De La Cruz, making his second career start against the Phillies and his third appearance overall. We didn't know until probably toward the 8th inning of last night's ball game that he was actually going to be the starting pitcher for today's game. They had a handful of guys that they had said could be a possibility, but they've really used their bullpen in this series. How far can he go? Well, Brian Snitker said, we'll find out, Matt. They're not totally sure.
No, they're not. They checked out the scouting report. He has a pretty good arm. He'll hit 93, 94 times, lives right around 91. He is a 3-pitch pitcher. Problem is his fastball gets a lot of the plate. You can see the 333 average versus his fastball this year.
Time now for our Nissan keys to the game. All right, Matt, you've had 10 games to get these right. I think you've been pretty on.
Well, this one here, the first one, Franco, gap to gap. Stop pulling the ball, use the big part of the field. Second one, 96 pitches means tired bullpen. Take some pitches.
Cesar Hernandez bunts on the first pitch of the game, and he's thrown out. Well, you weren't finished with it yet, so he didn't actually hear you. 2-3 on the putout. It's a nice play by Przynski. It was not an awful idea for Hernandez. If it had been out another foot, he would have been fine. He's walking slowly back to the dugout because he thought it was a little closer.
This is a nice play right here coming up, throwing a strike.
Yeah, he's out by a half step. So one quick out. Here's Odubel Herrera, who has not had a great series. He is 2 for 14 in the series. His road trip has not been bad. 4 RBIs and a 300 average.
So I told Murph when I was doing the keys, I said, okay, 96 pitches means tired bullpen. Let's see some pitches from De La Cruz. I said, you watch. We'll see 8 pitches in the first inning.
Little tapper foul, and it's 0-2. Well, if Herrera is retired on this particular pitch, you may not even see 8 pitches because Franco is up next. He doesn't see a lot of pitches.
I am tallying them as we go. He's going to be right on.
No balls and 2 strikes to Herrera. Odubel's hitless in his last 8 at-bats. And he fouls it away.
It's been a tough series for Odubel Herrera with runners in scoring position. He's left 12 guys on base.
That's a lot of base runners.
7 yesterday.
Well, he's not alone in this trip. There are 83 runners left on base for the Phils. That's an average of 9, a little more than 9 per game. Off the hands, out toward the hole. Ibar backhands, throws on the run. No chance. That infield hit. We were pleading with him to do that last night. It's nice that he's able to do it here today. So he's on. Here's Maikel Franco.
Sorry, with that swing right there, it's, you're playing pepper, and you're cutting your swing down. You're making contact. He's been in the air a little too much lately, so now he's just getting back, staying inside the baseball, and driving it to left field. Who cares if he got jammed?
Franco 0 for his last 13 since his 3-run home run, and he takes a fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Bob Peace of Blandon, PA. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Big Bob's going to win $300. McDonald's mix and match any 2 for $2.50 menu on the McDonald's McPick 2 menu. Little toss over, and Odubel is back. Odubel with 16 stolen bases. He is the leader in the clubhouse for the Phillies. Outside, 2-0. Well, the July, not bad. 281 with 6 home runs. He has 5 home runs against the Braves, and that's in 12 ball games. He's tied with Seager of the Dodgers, who has 5 in 6 games. Trevor Story of the Rockies has 4. And Justin Bour and Lucas Duda, both injured, have 3 apiece. Well, Matt, we've reached 8 pitches.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I just think it's an approach where you need to think about getting into the bullpen early. 96 pitches out of the bullpen.
That's a lot of pitches.
Is a ton.
Yep. Out to center field. That's pretty well hit, but Inciarte is out there. And he makes the catch. 2 outs. Not a bad swing. And with 2 away here in the top of the first, Tommy Joseph getting a chance to start again today. Showed you Tommy's numbers in the month of July. How about in his last 18 games, hitting .356? It's not a bad road trip. 7 for 27. No balls and 1 strike. De La Cruz in the minors this year was 1-3 with an ERA of 4.68. He made 5 starts, 21 appearances overall. Here in the big leagues, he's 0-3 with a 4.66 ERA, so things are pretty much on the same pace. The reason we said we're not sure how long he'll go today is because since his start against the Phillies earlier this year, when he went 6 innings and allowed 4 earned runs and 7 overall, he's basically been a reliever. And the most he's gone is an inning and 2/3.
I'm going to say he runs out of gas. He hits the wall, probably 4th inning. The slider won't have the bite that it usually does because the legs are tired. Fastball get flat. He has a pretty good sinker.
Yeah, we saw that on the first pitch to Tommy Joseph here. Popped him up. Shallow right field. Jace Peterson, the second baseman, is out. Now he's battling the sun, and he fights it off to make the catch. The other side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left for the Phillies. Jared Eickhoff getting some liquid in him before he goes to work. warm Sunday afternoon between the Phils and the Braves. Let's take a look at the Braves lineup. It's brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Peterson leads it off at second, then Chase Darno and Freddie Freeman. Nick Markakis is at a good series. He's in right field batting cleanup. Jeff Francoeur makes the start in left field. He'll bat fifth. Ender Inciarte will hit sixth. In the bottom third of Przinski, Eric Ibar, and Joel De La Cruz. And they'll face Phillies right-hander Jared Eickhoff. Eickhoff this year, I think you have to look past the record, although it is what it is. I mean, he's 6-12, but they don't score a whole lot of runs for him. His ERA is 3.83, and he's averaging a little more than a base runner per inning pitched.
Yeah, not very many pitches you see in ERA with a 3.83 and have 12 losses.
First pitch to Peterson is taken low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Take a look at this scouting report real quick. He has a 4-pitch pitcher. He uses his change sometimes, his curveball and slider quite a bit. His fastball is averaging right around 91 miles an hour.
He is hoping that the Phillies can duplicate the runs they scored for him on the 4th of July. They scored 8 runs for him against these Braves on the 4th of July. Two balls and 1 strike to Peterson. Fly ball left field. Cody Ashley gets back on it. Today's ballgame is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Darno has a base hit as a pinch hitter in this series. Hitting .262 with a home run and 13 runs batted in. And it's 2-0, so he's fallen behind the first 2 hitters, 2 balls and no strikes. Darno's actually been a pretty good pitch hitter for the Braves. The Braves, like the Phillies, have scuffled off the bench, but he has 7 pinch hits. And he has shown some versatility by being able to play left field for Brian Snitker. Third base, shortstop, second base. Off the plate, over to third, a foul ball, and it's 2-2. Alfonso Marquez, the veteran, is behind home plate. Larry Vanover is the crew chief. Nick Lentz at second. David Rackley is around at third.
Such an advantage when you can have a player that plays. I mean, really, he could play every position on the infield. You could probably put him in center field if you needed to.
Curveball, and it's 3-2. Yeah, and particularly this time of the year, because this team is going to be shaken up a little bit come Tuesday because of the acquisition of Matt Kemp. It's going to change responsibilities for some guys. Darno may not play a whole lot of left field. Jace Peterson may not play a whole lot of left field. Fly ball to left field. The other guy it's probably going to affect is Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur is playing left field today, batting 5th. But again, that won't be until Tuesday. Kemp is not scheduled to arrive here in Atlanta until the series on Tuesday for the Braves. Here's Freddie Freeman. Well, first 3 hitters he's fallen behind 2-0. That's kind of unlike Jared Eickhoff. But sometimes it takes pitchers a few moments to get their feel. Again to left field. This one's hit a little bit better. Ashe's going back toward the wall, reaches up at the last moment and puts it away.
Major league record.
Well, the plays got a little tougher for Cody Ashe as the inning unfolded, but he made all 3 of them. And Matt's right, he ties a major league record with 3 putouts in an inning. He tracked this one all the way. Little leap at the end. We'll go to the second in a scoreless game. Giants in the start of a 3-game series. It wraps up on Thursday, a business person special. And a Citizens Bank Pride of the Phillies print. Give it out to all fans, featuring Ryan Howard and Carlos Ruiz. Speaking of Carlos, he'll be the number 2 hitter in this inning as Aaron Altair takes low. Altair had 3 hits in game 1, hitless in last night's ball game, but he did have an RBI. He walked once, was hit once. He still has to go through the rehab of that wrist. I mean, he had a huge ice pack on that wrist before and after yesterday's ball game. Three balls and no strikes.
It's going to take a while just to strengthen it around it. I mean,
yeah.
Think about it. Major surgery on her wrist. Now you're back at full duty of swinging, throwing.
Gets the green light, 3-0. Yeah, I thought there was a chance he wasn't going to play today, only because of he's played the first 3 games of the series, but only because of the fact that, you know, he's just coming back.
Right.
But Pete said he was going to play every day. Inside, ball 4. Base runner number 2 for the Phillies. Well, a walk is a big storyline in the last 3 games, and it brings us to our cold hard fact. Murph, take it away.
It has been indeed, and it was good for the Phils last night. It is our cold hard fact presented by Clean Crisp Coors Light. The Phillies scored 4 runs in the 8th inning last night without getting a hit. It was the first time the Phillies sent 9 batters to the plate in 1 inning without a hit since July of 1992. That was against the Dodgers back at Veterans Stadium. It's not something you see all the time. Tom, you mentioned last night it hadn't happened in baseball since 2012. And I was talking to Chip Carey, the Braves broadcaster today, and he was telling a story about how last year's Braves team allowed 4 runs in an inning without the other team putting a ball in play. They had a couple of walks, a hit batsman, a catcher's interference, and a pickoff play that went awry. 4 runs crossed the plate, and a ball was never even put in play. So you just never know what you're going to see when you get to the ballpark, guys.
You never know. And, the walks have been such a big part of the last 2 games. That's the 15th walk the Phillies have drawn now in 3 games. And we're only in the 2nd inning of this one. One ball, 1 strike to Ruiz, hitting .321 in his last 17. He's hit an 8 straight. And Altair draws the throw.
I think it's a number that people don't look at real serious about walks. I know Schmidt loves it. You go 1 for 3 and you're a pretty good chance you're going to be a 300 hitter in the year. It wears the pitchers down. You get in the bullpen earlier.
Inside 2-1. Well, 8 of those walks for the Phillies the last 2 days have gone to Cesar Hernandez, which is
fine because he's the leadoff guy.
Right.
Still really shocking that he has
That's
that many
very
walks.
comical. Ball gets away, and it's going off the tarp. And Altair will stop at second. Oh, no, he's going to try for third. He didn't realize the ball went off the tarp. It went right back to Jace Peterson, and he's out at third base. I don't think he picked Juan Samuel up at all, and that's his mistake because the ball caromed right back into fair territory off the tarp.
Tough throw to first base. He takes a peek over and looks for Juan. Or does he?
I don't think he did. I mean, it took a very good throw, but Peterson has a good arm. So E1 to allow him to get to second, and then the putout goes 4-5 at third. Two balls, 2 strikes to Ruiz. And 3-2. Carlos hits it out towards second, spinning toward Peterson. 2 away here in the second. And Cody Ashley is the batter. Just to wrap up the Altair thing, a lot of the base running is done on your own, essentially. But in that case, he truly has to pick up the third base coach because his back is to the plate.
Well, yeah, the third base coach is your eyes.
A bouncer to second. Peterson again. Well, it turns out to be an easy inning for Joel De La Cruz because of the base running blunder by Aaron Altair. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Middle of the second. Nick Markakis leads it off. protect them with Independence Blue Cross. They're part of a national system of Blue Cross and Blue Shield plans that cover more than 100 million members across the country. Live fearless. Learn more at IBX.com. On to the bottom of the second, all around baseball today. If you're following on Twitter or on the internet or watching games, you're going to hear player X or player Y has been taken out of the lineup or isn't in the starting lineup. Why? This is going to be a busy 48 hours. I guess less than 48 hours. 22 hours? 22 and a half hours till the trade deadline tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern. Nick Markakis will lead it off for the Braves. Curveball in there. It's 0-1. Markakis so far is 5 for 11 in the series. He does have 3 walks. He has struck out 3 times.
They said Jay Bruce was in the starting lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. Then they took him out of the lineup. Said, "Oh, we just changed our mind. Day off for him."
No swing, says David Rackley. Yeah, Jay Bruce's name has come up for the Mets, the Dodgers, the Indians now because they didn't get Jonathan Lucroy. I guess the Blue Jays have been rumored since the offseason. They thought they had him in the offseason. Tommy Joseph makes the call. He puts it away. One out for Jeff Francoeur.
And I think if you look around and notice, even in the minor league systems, the 2 top prospects for the Dodgers was just taken out of their lineup today.
And told the same thing as Jay Bruce, that it was a
day off.
Day off. Francoeur hits it well out to left field. It's deep. Going back on it is Ashe. Leaps and makes the catch.
Great play.
Might as well give him the Gold Glove for these first 2 innings. Also got to get him some oxygen as well. That's 4 putouts for Cody Ashe.
Well, the first 2 were a little easier. The third one was tough. This one here was a very nice play. The key was that he took the perfect angle where that ball was coming down.
I have to say, he is a much improved outfielder the more work he gets out there. Here's Inciarte, and he shows bunt, takes it low, 1-0. He's hit in 11 consecutive games. He's hit that one to right, and Altair comes diving forward to put it away. At least he looked like he was plunging into a pool on that particular play. It's a 1-2-3 second, 6 up, 6 down for Jared Eickhoff. Freddie Galvis when we get back. section for all the information. And please submit your answer on the subject line. All right, Matt, here we go. What 4 players were considered Greg Maddox's personal catchers with the Braves? What 4 players were considered Greg Maddox's personal catchers with the Braves? Answer will be revealed a little later on. One of those guys was a Philly at one point in his career. That's my first hint for you.
I think one of the players is still a coach on the Braves.
I would agree with you on that. He is. Time now for our Geico quote of the day. John Capalella, the GM of the Braves, on the trade of Matt Kemp. It's a sign we aren't happy losing. We aren't trying to finish with the worst record so we can get the first pick. We want to win every night. Making this trade now is a big deal to us because it helps us get better this year and the next 3 years after that. Kemp is going to be here for Tuesday's game. The player they traded to the Padres is apparently going to be designated for assignment as Galvis takes upstairs 2-0. Well, losing does wear on you. It wears on you. It wears on your team. It wears on your fan base. The 2-0 pitch is pulled to first. Freddie Freeman will walk it to the bag. They're making it a little easy for De La Cruz here, Matt. Jared Eichhoff is coming up.
Yeah, not really a situation you want to swing at a 2-0 pitch like that. Again, it's just getting in that hitter's count, and I don't know if the guys are like, I'm not questioning their thought process. I'm questioning their approach on certain pitches. Like that one there is a pitch that you need to hit to left field if you're looking to do that on a 2-0 pitch.
Right. Jared Eichhoff fouls the first pitch at the plate. No balls and 1 strike. I think he got a spike caught.
I would concur.
There we go.
His foot slipped.
1 ball and 1 strike. Not a big deal with nobody on base. It doesn't mean anything. Off to the right.
Is that the radio booth?
That is
Or Scott's.
it was Scott Profrock's booth. So he's assistant GM the first couple of days. I don't think he's in there today. Outside 2-2. Can you peek in there?
Yes, nobody's in there. Windows closed.
Eichhoff hits it sharply to short. A step to his left is Ibar. Well, here's Matt Kemp's particulars. 2-time All-Star, 2-time Silver Slugger winner, 2-time Gold Glove winner. He won the home run crown in the National League in 2011, and he's having a decent year this year. Certainly isn't playing up to the amount of money that the Dodgers originally awarded him, but he is going to make this team better. I mean, they commit to this ball game at the basement in batting average, at the basement in home runs. Cesar shows bunt, takes strike 1, 0-1. One ball, 1 strike. There have been at bats where they've made him pitch. But then there are other at-bats that he gets them out early. It's the reason he's only at 35 pitches at this point with 2 outs in the third. Ground ball back toward the middle. Peterson surrounds it with his backhand, zips the throw over. At a 1-2-3 third inning. 5 consecutive ground outs for De La Cruz. Middle of the third, still scoreless between the Phillies and the Braves. Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer or visit DelValHondaDealers.com. By Jefferson. Call 800-JEFF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by Chevrolet. Visit your local dealer at ChevyDealer.com. Sunshiny afternoon here in Atlanta, Georgia. Maybe get some thunderstorms a little later on. It would make sense. Temperatures are in the 90s. Very humid today. The Hardy Souls, though, out in the seating area. Next year, they feel like that'll be a little different at their new ballpark. There's canopies that'll be up above the stadium that could put more of the seating area in the shade. Pierzynski takes strike one, 0-1. One hopper flagged down by Cesar Hernandez. And one quick out for Jared Eichhoff.
I think you said that a few times today on both sides.
Yeah.
Boys are in swing mode today.
Does seem that way. Ibar takes a fastball a bit high. Ibar's numbers in this series have been good. 4 for 10. Breaking ball. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Miami leads the Cardinals 4-2 thanks to a 2-run double by Marcell Ozuna that hit the fence in left center field. No Ichiro in that ball game, at least at this point, which means that Ichiro Suzuki will hit the road to Chicago and Wrigley Field, where he'll be 2 hits shy of 3,000 unless he gets up today at some point.
See, I just think that's wrong. You bring him back, you're hoping he gets 3,000 hits. It's perfectly set up to play at home to get the extra 2 knocks, and he doesn't play.
I'm surprised, honestly. I mean, and I know Stanton's been swinging the bat well, Ozuna's been swinging the bat well, and Yelich has been hitting well. Tough play for Cesar. He's able to throw across his body and make it. And there are 2 outs. And De La Cruz will be the hitter. De La Cruz 1 for 4 so far this year. That breaking ball did not break, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Suzuki started the 1 game against the Phillies and had 1 hit. Off the end of the bat, that's a pop-up on the left side. Galvis shading his eyes from the sun, and he makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning. 5 up, 5 down for Jared Eickhoff. Excuse me, 9 up, 9 down. We'll head to the 4th. Supplies you need to run and clean your business, including an amazing selection of quality Boardwalk products that deliver bottom line savings. Call and order by 11:30 and get your order that same day. Who but WB Mason. Top of the 4th inning. Phillies have 1 hit. So this is the pop out that ended the last half inning. You really got to keep your eye on it because of the hijinks that the left side of the infield has put together this year. Well, until it drops between the 2 of them, we can laugh about it.
Let's just hope it never, ever drops.
Let's hope it never drops. You're right. Odubel Herrera leading it off. He came up. His walk-up music was Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. I'm not sure why. De La Cruz's first pitch to him outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Infield hit the last time for Herrera.
More conversations go around baseball nowadays.
Out to center field. Inciarte going back on it. Boy, he does cover a lot of ground, doesn't he, out there? They don the so-called tools of ignorance, but catchers need to be one of the smartest players on the field. Get to know Phil's backstop Cam Rupp and one of the major's top catching prospects, Redding's Jorge Alfaro. Watch Phillies Clubhouse tomorrow at 11 right here on CSN. First pitch to Franco is a strike. One ball and one strike.
I should have said earlier, I hope he runs out of gas in the fourth inning.
Well, he still has a somewhat of a small pitch count for a guy who has one out in the fourth. If you think about 15 pitches per inning being where you want a pitcher, the highest you want a pitcher to be at. He's only at 42.
I guess for now on, when I put down, make the pitcher work or let's get in the bullpen early, that's going to be my key. Just go ahead and slap me before I even put it down.
Well, sometimes.
Maybe we go reverse and go, hey, be aggressive.
Popped him up. Freddie Freeman backpedaling. Two away. Tommy Joseph is the batter, and Joseph pulls one into left field. That'll be in for a base hit. Francoeur gets to it quickly, and Tommy's thinking about two. The throw to second base is offline. Tommy Joseph testing the arm of Jeff Francoeur.
I love it. Be aggressive. To second base, of course.
Yeah.
Especially with two outs. De La Cruz missed his target by about 17 inches.
I have to admit, though, I was surprised that Tommy was going. I thought Jeff.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to throw him out. The way De La Cruz is pitching and the way he pitched the last time, it's like the Phillies' approach to Williams Perez, that other Latin pitcher, rotund Latin pitcher that the Braves had. He's pitching basically the same way. Opposite way and right at Markakis. Phillies do get a runner in scoring position. It's the second time today they've had a runner in scoring position. They do not score. No runs, one hit, one man left. On to the bottom of the fourth here in Atlanta. Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com to find your RAV4 today. Toyota, let's go places. Let's go Phils. Bottom of the fourth inning already. The Phillies have 2 hits, but have not been able to manage a run just yet. Jared Eickhoff has faced the first 9 batters and retired all 9. So now as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, Jace Peterson will lead things off. Peterson fly to Cody Ashe his first time up. In all honesty, if you want to just throw out that somebody could have flied out to Ashe, you'd be right on. Ashe has 4 putouts already. Fouled at the plate. That one's faded out towards shortstop off the hand of Freddie Galvis. And Peterson is aboard. First base runner of the day for the Braves. Unfortunately for Freddie, that'll probably go down as an error. So leadoff batter aboard. It is an error charge to Freddie Galvis. Chase Darno's coming up. Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. Well, I guess it bodes well when you look at Jared Eickhoff through the first 9 up, 9 down. He allows the first base runner right there. But, you know, if history has anything to say about it, that certainly is good news for Jared Eickhoff and this outing, because the second time through the lineup for him historically has been much better. If you take a look at last year, the team's batting just 162 the second time through, just a hair over 200 this year as well. The only troublesome number on there is the third time through this season. It's well above 300 at this point. I was down in the dugout before the game with one of the Phillies coaches, Rick Kranitz, and I showed him this graphic. I said, what do you make of this? And he was looking at it for a little bit, and he said, well, you know, I guess you could look and think that maybe he's fatiguing a little bit his third time through the lineup this season. He said, but honestly, if you look across the board at pitchers and their numbers and this stat, he said, you're going to see just about the same kind of thing as they go through the lineup. You know, guys have seen him a couple of times. They're going to have a little bit more success. He said, what I like about Jared Eickhoff is that when it comes to quality starts, he has never backed up a poor start with not a quality start. He has never had back-to-back poor starts in his career. He said that's the kind of pitcher you want, a guy that comes back out even after having a bad start and has a good one, and that's what Jared Eickhoff's been able to do, guys.
Yeah, he certainly has been a horse for the Phillies. I wonder about that, you know, Matt, if it's sometimes he doesn't always command both of his breaking pitches, if that's why the average is higher the third time through.
It could be. I mean, maybe he might be starting off with a no feeling of the slider. Kind of gives up on it and it becomes a 2-pitch pitcher. Could be fatigue. You know, again, he's not a guy that's throwing in the mid-90s. Third time up, he might be, his fastball might be getting a little flat.
Fastball right down the chute, and it's a strike 3 call. By the way, they've just changed. Official score has just changed the error on Freddie Galvis to a base hit for Jace Peterson. That's the first hit, and here's the by month this season for Eickhoff. Now that includes his last start against the Marlins, which he was excellent in the month of July. 5.23 ERA. Freddie Freeman fly to left field his first time up. Pitch inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, take one of those starts away from when he was in Colorado.
Oh yeah,
and you'd be all right.
Yeah, you know, and that start in particular was one of the big learning starts for him, because he was cruising until the home run by the pitcher, and then he got obliterated the next inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Freddie Freeman. Broken back ground ball, back to the mound. Eichhoff to second for 1, sweeping over to first in time. A 1-6-3 double play. Everything that was happening around Jared Eichhoff did not faze him on that particular play. He's able to turn the double play with some help from Freddie Galvis. Twelfth will be Wall of Fame night at Citizens Bank Park. It'll be brought to you by Toyota. That's when Jim Thome is inducted into the Phillies Wall of Fame. Tickets can be purchased for the Phils and the Rockies by going to Phillies.com. This is a fine double play by Jared Eichhoff. There was a lot going on.
Well, it's a short hop. Ball's not hit as hard. Now he has to wait for the umpire to cross over. Cesar's going towards second base at the same time as Freddie Galvis is. And Freddie shows a very good play at shortstop.
Here's Carlos Ruiz. And Carlos takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 5th inning here at Turner Field. This is probably more than the Braves could have asked for from De La Cruz. 2 hits allowed, 3 base runners overall, 1 walk. I think something happened to Przinsky's throwing hand.
I believe it looks like he took it off the nail.
I think he did. I think there might be some blood out down there. Ball 3, 3-2. So the athletic trainer for the Braves coming out to check him out. No, there's no blood. He just did something to his thumb. Matt, is he popping the thumb back into the socket there or something?
It'd be pretty cool if he did. Oof.
His thumb's a little goofy right now. Watch his backhand as the ball hits the dirt. Oh yeah, ball hit the hand. So the ball on the bounce caught his thumb. Phillies fans, next time you want to grab Phillies seats, get the StubHub app. Not only will you find seats you'll love whenever you want, you can find the best seat for your buck when you sort by best value. We take the seats, take the price and location of seats, and show you which tickets at StubHub give you the best deal. Best deal, I should say. Freddie Freeman will beat Carlos to the bag. Three unassisted. Been a lot of that today, Matt. Weak ground balls.
Yes, there has. A lot of weak ground balls on our side and a lot of weak fly balls on the other side.
Here's Cody Ashe, who is 0 for 1.
Well, hopefully the Phillies hitters from down there can say that De La Cruz is fanning his changeup every time he throws, and every time he throws a fastball, his glove's very, very tight. How far do you say we're from here to home? From here to the pitcher's mound?
Why, you want to yell something?
No.
Inside, ball 4. So Ashe draws a walk. Second walk issued by De La Cruz. And it gives the Phillies a base runner with one man down. Here's Freddie Galvis. Roger McDowell is up on his feet. They may start to get somebody up. All right, so do you test the thumb of A.J. Pierzynski if you're Cody Ashe?
No. I mean, it really depends on how quick De La Cruz is to home.
Eric Ibar is going to come over and have a word with De La Cruz. And now Roger McDowell will join him out on the mound.
And I'll say, because he's throwing 5 balls out of the zone, last thing you want to do is get the steal sign or take off and get a bad jump. You get thrown out at second base. Next thing you know, there's 2 out. And the momentum changes now.
Yeah, so the thought is let him see if he can find the strike zone.
See if he can bury himself.
Ian Kroll, who pitched just a third of an inning last night warming up. Matt Marksberry is off the roster and is on the DL. They brought up Daniel Castro today. Follow Phillies baseball live with the MLB.com @bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment. Live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com @bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. If you haven't downloaded that app, it's probably a good day to do it with all the news going on around baseball. The whole Jonathan Lucroy story. Indians were on his no trade list. I think everybody anticipated he would waive it, but he decided not to. Outside 2-0.
I think Freddie's changed his stance 3 times this trip. Well, he was wide open. His right foot was on the chalk line. All of a sudden he closed a little bit. Now he's
traditional.
He's back to where he was before the road trip, versus before I saw him.
Is there still too much happening before he actually goes after the baseball with his stance? Now he's in a very, relaxed sort of athletic stance initially.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. I mean, he puts a lot of weight on his back leg to start with. You want to go 60-40, they say 70-30, whatever, but he puts a lot of movement, but he really doesn't.
He lines that one into right field, a base hit. Ashe will stop at second.
Like if you see him set up, he doesn't have a lot of movement back with his leg, so he tends to go forward a little bit. Now the advantage of that type of swing is that area where the pitch came in is where you're going to make solid contact. It's the pitch down and in. It's the one that's away or up in the zone where I think he might have troubles with until he learns to do that little weight shift back on the back leg and then go directly towards the pitcher.
Well, De La Cruz is going to be lifted from this ball game, Matt. 62 pitches. The pitcher is coming up. That is it. 62 and no more. Scoreless game. He's responsible for the 2 base runners. Time now for your Hyundai defensive plays of the game.
Well, it's Freddie Freeman in the first inning. The line drive. Cody Ashe shows some range going to his right. And it's French who gets an off-speed pitch, scratches this ball to left center. Cody showing his range going to his left. Then it's all Altair's turn in right field. It's a great jump, comes in, makes a head-first slide. Diving catch, I should say. Freddie Freeman again with the old dreaded 1-6-3 double play. Nice pick, nice turn by Freddie Galvis. That's why we're 0-0 at the top of the 5th. That's your Hyundai defensive play of the games. Brought to you by local Hyundai dealers. And he is hot and tired.
And he wants Adonis Garcia to get out of his way. De La Cruz lifted after 62 pitches, and Ian Kroll is the new pitcher. Eichhoff squaring with runners on first and second and 1 out. Now he pulls the bat back, and it's a ground ball to second. There's 1, 2. Well, we could probably add that one to the list of Hyundai defensive plays of the game. A 4-6-3 double play. One pitch for Ian Kroll. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Markakis leads it off. Citizens Bank minor league report. Lehigh Valley defeated Rochester yesterday. How about the month David Buchanan has had? He's been fantastic. 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, no runs. Dylan Cousins hit his 27th home run for Reading yesterday. Clearwater, meanwhile, defeated Fort Myers 3-2. Cord Sandberg had 2 hits for the Threshers. And Mark Laird was 4 for 4 with a walk and a run scored as Williamsport defeated State College 5-1. Jared Eichhoff made the final out at the top of the 5th inning, so he is just now finishing up his warm-up tosses out on the mound. Phillies offense has not really managed a whole lot against De La Cruz. Meanwhile, the Braves have managed 1 hit against Jared Eichhoff. That was an infield single by Jace Peterson off the hand of Freddie Galvis. A reminder that the Phillies will host Alumni Weekend beginning Friday, August 12th, when they take on the Colorado Rockies. A whole bunch of festivities, including Jim Thome's induction into the Phillies Wall of Fame, will take place at Citizens Bank Park. You can get tickets anytime by going to Phillies.com. A little bit of cloud cover coming through. Hopefully that storm will pass us by. Nick Markakis will lead it off here in the bottom of the 5th, and he takes a fastball upstairs. Markakis, his first time up, popped out to Tommy Joseph on the first base side. Pops up again, this time out of play. Did somebody mishandle that foul ball, Matt?
Yeah, he bobbled it, but he did the big leap and got it.
To the right side, Cesar Hernandez is up with it. 4-3 on the putout. You've had to have had games like this as players where you look like you're just sleepwalking through the game so far. I mean, is it partly day game after a long night game and the pitcher that's causing it? Your approach incorrect?
I'm going to say it's 100% hitters' faults, honestly. I've been in a game where John Lieber threw, I think it was an hour and 58 minutes versus the Cincinnati Reds, I believe, back in 01. It was ridiculous. You see a lot of first pitch swing. You see a lot of hitters counts. A lot of weak ground balls like that.
Seriously. And it's not on just on one side. I mean, we're talking both sides here today.
Well, I think, look, it's a late night. Yeah, it's a 135 game. Been there, done it many times. And at the end of the day, you walk away and you're like, man, did I ever just waste 4 at-bats?
Sometimes you probably think, I got another one coming up tomorrow or next day, so it'll be okay.
Well, those games add up. Those games, next thing you know, add up to be about an 0 for 30 throughout a year.
Inciarte lined out his first time up. He's taken all the way. It's 0-1. Inciarte has 11 outfield assists this year. That's tied with Starling Marte for the National League lead. Those two guys are tied atop that mark. And Odubel Herrera is number 2 with 10. And that is the first clean hit of the day for the Braves, and that's a 12-game hitting streak for Inciarte. Hunter Cervenka is warming in the pen.
Talk about a guy who's probably biting at the bit to get back on the mound.
I would think so. 4 walks last night?
4 not. Yep.
Down the right field line, that'll hook foul. Our research department, Matt, has established that you are correct with your John Lieber game. May 24th, 2001. At Chicago, a one-hitter. Fly ball, shallow left field. And that'll do it for the Braves here in the 5th inning.
And how about John Lieber that game? He threw 78 pitches in a one-hitter.
That is pretty incredible. We go to the 6th. Phillies nothing, Braves nothing. Let's see if the Phillies offense can get something rolling. Cross Philly of the week has heated up during this hot summer month. While the temperature has risen, so has the production of Maikel Franco. After starting July off with a 10-game hit streak, he has batted above 300 for most of the month, and his power has soared as well. The Phillies' third baseman has produced more home runs and more RBIs in July than any other complete month since June of last season. He's hot at the hot corner, and it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Well, it is also very hot here in Atlanta, and the Phillies hope that eventually Maikel Franco can get hot in this series too. After that 3-run home run, he's hitless. Here's Cesar Hernandez, who bunts toward third, and Chase Darno can't handle it. It'll be an infield hit, and the Phils have the leadoff batter aboard against Ian Kroll. Well, he tried it his first time up and he was thrown out. He tries it again here, and he's got a base hit.
Darno had no chance. This is a good bunt. It's funny, you know, guys that they have great speed. You know they bunt. It's the top of the sixth inning. I don't understand why guys don't play in further to take away from any chance of laying a bunt down.
Yeah. Particularly when it's a guy like this who you know can do it.
You might see it again right here.
Odubel does show bunt, takes the pitch way inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Bullpen action. That's Jose Ramirez. Oof. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's late on that fastball. It's 1-2. Yeah, he's sort of in pull mode.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed with Odubel is that he's been swinging at a ton of pitches above the strike zone.
Yeah, as good as his eye was earlier this year, how selective he was, he's not as selective right now. Maikel Franco is on deck. Conversation going on between Alfonso Marquez and Odubel Herrera, and I'm wondering if A.J. Pierzynski feels a little left out.
Well, he's actually talking to Maikel on deck.
Oh, is that who he's talking to? I thought it was Marquez, the home plate umpire.
At first he was, then he must have got bored talking to him and went over to Maikel Franco.
Runner goes, pitch is popped up. Foul territory. Darno may have a play. No, it's out of play. Cesar had a good jump. A little thunder rumbling in the background. Now he's talking to Przinsky. I don't know if that's going to end all that well. This at bat began under bright sunshine. And now, as Odubel has seen 8 pitches, the clouds are floating over. And only half the stadium's in sunshine. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fouls it away again. Well, he's seen some pitches.
Oh, nice play.
Straight to him.
Nah, he lied. He made a nice play.
Ground ball back to the mound. Bobbled by Kroll. His only play is to first. So the Phillies do get a runner into scoring position again. 1 out. Maikel Franco's coming up. Well, Murph, we certainly have seen our share of relief pitchers, and it looks like we're going to see another one in just a second.
Yeah, well, it might as well follow the trend of this 4-game series. We have seen a lot of guys come out of that Atlanta bullpen. In fact, 13 different coming into today's game, 2 more tonight. So that's a total of 15. 11 innings pitched. They've allowed 8 hits, 6 runs, only 4 of them earned. But look at that number, 10 walks. 10 walks from the Atlanta bullpen, 8 strikeouts as well. So that is why the Phils have won 2 of the first 3 of this series. And if that trend continues, it might be good news for the Phils.
Well, Brian Snitker took the baseball from Ian Kroll. It didn't look like Kroll was happy that he was being lifted from this game, but we have a pitching change. Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers on Thursday, August 18th. It's the first ever post-game concert at Citizens Bank Park. You can get information on it by going to Phillies.com/Chase Rice, or go to Phillies.com overall to purchase tickets for that 3-game series against the Dodgers. So Jose Ramirez will be the new pitcher. Ramirez, a 13.5 ERA. This is the 3rd time he has pitched in the series. Ian Kroll will be credited with 1 inning of work. And now Franco with a runner at second base. To the left side, and d'Arnaud cuts off the hop. And Michael swings at the first pitch for the second out. And now Tommy Joseph is coming up. By the way, I think it's raining in downtown Atlanta, Matt. We're losing the skyline over the left field wall. We're just a few miles from downtown. There you can see the skyline. It's like there's a storm over top. Tommy, his last time up, doubled. Fastball on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cesar had started his wheels. It was just a decoy.
Yeah, but you don't want to be jumping around too much at second base.
Did that affect you? Did that bother you when you were a hitter?
No, no, because.
But it does bother some guys.
Some guys it does.
Out to left field. Francoeur is going to go back on it. He got it toward the end of the bat, so Francoeur makes the catch. Phillies do get a runner in scoring position, but do not score. And as they exit the field in the top of the 6th, a little bit of a light shower falling here in Atlanta. We'll be back right after this. .com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery's new Mustang Instant Game. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. And by WB Mason. You can't go wrong when you buy right. Well, in between innings, they decided to put the tarp on the field as the storm. It's a very small cell, at least for the time being, as this storm breezes through this area of Atlanta. So Larry Vanover didn't want to take any chances to lose the infield, so he asked the grounds crew to put it on. It's very light outside right now. The rain is very light, but they do anticipate that the storm is going to be strong for a short period of time. So we are in a rain delay. Hopefully it's our only one here this afternoon at Turner Field. A scoreless ball game between the Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. So we'll sit here and wait. Hopefully it's not too long, as we mentioned. Grounds crew got it on the field pretty quickly, so there's no sense in having to redo any of the lines on the infield. While we sit here and wait, you can sit back and enjoy an edition of Phillies Clubhouse, and we'll be back as soon as we know something. delay, and the Phillies will change their pitcher coming out of this rain delay. Jared Eickhoff is done after 5. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout for the Phils. And it will be David Hernandez who will take over. Hernandez will face Eric Ibar. And then the pitcher's spot for the Braves. And Daniel Castro is out in the on-deck circle. Just added to the roster today. First pitch is inside. So it is officially 24 minutes. See Hernandez's numbers, a 4.37 ERA. Down low, 2-0. Folks wondering about Eickhoff not coming back out after a 24-minute rain delay and very limited pitches. I just think that they're being very careful with all of the young pitchers. The 26-year-old in his second year in the big leagues. I don't think there's any other reason but that, Matt, that he's just, he's just in his second year in the big leagues and they don't want him to sit that long.
I would agree with you. I mean, coming into today at 127 innings. Now at 132.
2 balls and 1 strike to Ibar. Hernandez hits it toward the hole and just beyond the reach of Cesar Hernandez. A leadoff single, just the 3rd hit of the day for the Braves. And Ibar has a 6-game hitting streak. Mauricio Cabrera is warming up in the bullpen for the Braves, the hard-throwing right-hander. So Castro will pinch hit. Castro's been up with the big club this year. Hitting 182 here in the big leagues with no home runs and 4 runs batted in. See what he does in this spot. He squares and he bunts it. Self-defense bunt. And David Hernandez will throw him out. Sacrifice successful, 1-3. Up to second base goes Ibar. That is not an easy ball to bunt. Or to get your body out of the way of.
Well, it's not an easy bunt, but to get on top of the pitch, I don't think the pitch was that far inside, although it might have caught him in the right shoulder.
So runner at second base, and here is Jace Peterson. Ibar is the first Brave to get into scoring position this afternoon. He's doing a little dancing off second. Breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, these close games are no big deal for the Braves. 21 of their 36 wins have been decided by 2 or fewer runs. 2 balls and no strikes to Peterson. The Phillies have been involved in a lot of close games too, a lot of 1-run games.
They have been in a lot of close games. That's the reason why you see that Hector Neris has been in so many games this year.
Oh, he's probably going to be in this one too. Chase Darno is on deck. Ball 4. So a walk puts runners on first and second for the Braves. David Hernandez in his last outing went 2/3, allowed 2 hits, a run. He walked 2. That was earlier in this series against the Braves. Runners go. Pitches a strike. Throw to third by Carlos, and he is out at third base. He was moving every bit of his hand and his foot to try to get to the third base bag. It looked like he avoided the tag initially, but then was tagged out. Boy, you got to make it if you're Ibar.
Yeah, just poor base running right there. You're already in scoring position.
Yeah.
Big ballpark.
Well, he was out a couple times. Braves are taking a look at it to see if Ibar may have gotten in with either his foot, his arm, his shin. He did not. 2 outs, runner at second base. No balls, 1 strike to d'Arnaud. A foul ball. By the way, Carlos has thrown out the last 3 runners that have tried to steal against him.
He's been throwing the ball very well.
Yes, he has. Two balls and 2 strikes, a breaking ball. Fly ball right center field. Odubel Herrera comes running in. He says he has it. And Hernandez gets out of the potential jam here in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left in scoring position. On to the 7th, still a scoreless game. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. No score. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Jared Eichhoff went 5 before he was lifted After a 24-minute rain delay, Joel De La Cruz, he pitched well too. He went 4 1/3. He left with 62 pitches. Offense, well, we've combined for 7 hits here this afternoon. And now back to the Braves bullpen. The hard-throwing right-hander Mauricio Cabrera, a 2.87 ERA. He'll hit 100. In fact, he'll hit 102 or 3.
Maybe a 4.
Yeah, maybe a 4. He has hit a 4 this year. First pitch to Aaron Altair is up high. Altair is 0 for 1. He walked his first time. Ball and 1 strike to Altair. It'll be Altair, Carlos Ruiz, and Cody Ashe for the Phillies. Ashe's walk today. That one knocked the mask right around the head of A.J. Pierzynski. Andrew Bailey is loosening up in the bullpen for the Phillies in this scoreless game. That last pitch at 100 miles an hour by Cabrera. Matt, what was the stat you said before? So it leaves his hand at 101 miles an hour. That's where they get the radar from.
Leaves his hand at 101. By the time it reaches home plate, it's 94.
Swing and a miss. So it left his hand at 100. And if it arrived at 94, it was still a strikeout. Time now for our Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Matt, here we go. What 4 players were considered Greg Maddox's personal catchers with the Braves?
Well, I had 1, Charlie O'Brien.
Charlie O'Brien is correct.
Perez.
Eddie Perez, yes.
Blanco.
Yep, Hank White.
And Paul Bacco.
Paul Bacco is the former Phil. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. What the player that is missing on that list
Barry Hill
is Javi Lopez.
Well, yeah, no.
And that is why he had his own personal catcher. He was not a big fan of Javi Lopez catching him. He liked his bat in the lineup. One ball and 1 strike to Ruiz. In fact, a couple of those guys followed Maddox to other teams. When he was back with the Cubs, they brought Blanco. They also brought Bacco back. 2 balls, 1 strike to Carlos. 3-1. On the outside corner, it's 3-2. It's not an oddity that a pitcher will have his own personal catcher. You don't see it as much anymore. Heck, the Phillies had Steve Carlton and Tim McCarver for all those years. Carlos was everybody's favorite when the Phillies were winning division crowns. Ball 4, so he'll walk. First time he's been on base this afternoon. And Cody Ashe will get a chance to bat. His 3rd plate appearance.
You know, and I think when people talk about their own personal catcher, Lopez just had a hard time getting on the same page as.
That's right. Greg
Maddox.
Maddux.
Yeah, Greg Maddux. Lopez was more of a offensive-minded catcher. He thought like a hitter when he was catching. Same as Pudge Rodriguez.
Yeah, but Lopez did catch the other guys. He caught Glavine, he caught Smoltz. Outside corner, 0-2. Over to third base, Chase Darnell with the sunglasses on will make the catch for the second out. By the way, speaking of lefty, today is the anniversary of Steve Carlton being inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. July 31st, 1994. Galvis 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Jimmy Paredes is out of the on deck circle to pinch hit. There he is.
Changeup.
Changeup at 90 miles an hour.
With movement.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Mets and the Rockies are now tied at 3. Mets have lost 7 of 10. Trying to end a 4-game losing streak with today's ball game. 2-1 pitch coming to Galvis. That's 100 going down, Matt. Going down. A lot of times you see guys throw 100, it's coming up. That's going down.
Good talk. Get on top of a baseball right there. It's a pretty good run.
Carlos goes. Pitches broken bat looper out to center field. Carlos rounding second, heading over to third, but it's tracked down by Inciarte. Thought maybe it was flared enough that it would drop in front of him, but Inciarte covering a lot of ground. No runs, no hits, and 1 man left. Well, like we do a lot of times here in Atlanta, we stay for God Bless America. And why wouldn't we? Renowned opera singer Timothy Miller from the Atlanta Opera Company is heading out to the microphone, and he is going to sing God Bless America. He has an amazing voice, and we are fortunate each and every Sunday that we are here in Atlanta that we get a chance to listen to him perform.
That I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
been interesting today for the Phillies. A lot of ground ball outs, a lot of weak outs so far through their first 7 turns at the plate. But we are scoreless as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Every time the Phillies retire the opposition 1-2-3, Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. That is Andrew Bailey, who will be on here to pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. Jimmy Paredes, by the way, is now in left field as the Phillies make a double switch. So Paredes will bat 9th. And the pitcher spot will now be Cody Ashe's spot in the order. Freddie Freeman leads it off. He's 0 for 2. Hit into a double play his last time up. And he hits this one right out to Maikel Franco. One pitch, one away. Chris Withrow, I think he's the only guy that hasn't pitched in this series.
I threw once this series.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. You mean yesterday?
Well, yeah.
Oh, maybe he hasn't thrown.
I didn't think he did, but hey, listen, there have been a lot of guys throwing. No, Withrow's last appearance was in Minnesota. Markakis is 0 for 2. He's flied out and grounded out. Breaking ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Matt Gelb from Philly.com just sent out Jake Thompson's line today. This is a good sign. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. As that one is served right past Maikel Franco. A base hit for Markakis. The Philadelphia Union have just 1 loss at home this season, and they'll look to continue that home field dominance tonight when they clash with Real Salt Lake. Tonight at 6:30 right here on CSN. Jeff Francoeur is the batter. Swing and a miss, 0-1. Francoeur today is 0 for 2. He's flied out and he's grounded out. Hits it foul off to the right. You catch up with Frenchie at all this week?
No, I did not.
I didn't either. I wouldn't look for him yesterday, but I didn't see him in the clubhouse. But he was out on the field watching some of the alumni softball game.
I actually haven't talked to Frenchie the whole year.
Really?
Not once.
You mad at him?
No, he's a visitor, man. Other team.
Opposite way. That ball's well hit. Over toward the corner. It is gone. And the Braves take the lead. You do not see Jeff Francoeur do that often. The opposite way against a right-hander. A 2-run home run. And the Braves are on top 2-0. Just doesn't necessarily pull the ball that often. But it was out over the plate and he just went with it.
Check where the location is. Supposed to be up. He threw it up. You can throw that pitch 10 times to hitters. 9 times either going to pop it up or swing underneath it.
That was basically where Ruiz wanted it. Ender Inciarte is 1 for 2. No balls and 2 strikes to Inciarte. Well, for Jeff Francoeur, it's his 9th home run. I should say his 8th home run. Back toward the middle, a base hit for Inciarte. And that'll bring A.J. Przinsky to the plate. He has grabbed it out, and he's also flied out to left. Boy, you get the feeling it's 2-0 in favor of the Braves, that it's going to be hard for the Phillies to come back against their bullpen, as tired out as their bullpen has been, just because of the way their approach has been offensively today. Przinsky 0 for 2.
Well, maybe getting a couple runs scored against them, maybe their approach will change a little bit.
Yeah. Ball, 1 strike. This one to left field, toward the corner, and foul. RBIs for Francoeur in that home run, 29 and 30. Most of his damage this year has come against left-handed pitching, which is why the Braves brought him in. But Phillies do not have a left-hander, so Brian Snitker wanted to play him in one of these games. That is his 3rd home run against a right-handed pitcher. Runner goes and stops. Pitches a strike, 1 and 2. Tapper back towards shortstop. Galvis will get the play at first, and there are 2 outs. Up to second base goes Inciarte. Eric Ibar will be the hitter. Ibar is grounded out, and he is singled this afternoon. Phillies bullpen is 12th in the league in ERA. Came into this ball game with an ERA of 4.44. Some good movement in it, down and in.
Tough cutter right there at 91.
Has he not had that pitch enough this year, Matt? You think that's part of his struggles?
No, I think his struggles has been
fastball
up top of the zone.
Yeah. Just not enough kick in it to get it past anybody.
Yeah, he's not a guy that works, knees down.
Surprised wouldn't throw that cutter again. Now it's 2-2.
You might see it here. Fastball up and away, then the curveball.
Gordon Beckham is out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit for the Braves. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Eric Ivar. Last of the 7th inning, a 2-run home run by Jeff Francoeur has put the Braves on the board. They lead it 2-0. And ball 4, so Ivar draws a walk. Belly wanted that pitch. So Beckham will pinch hit. Beckham hitting .241, 4 home runs, 22 runs batted in. This guy had some good years with the Chicago White Sox. He's batting for Mauricio Cabrera.
I thought he was going to have a very good career.
Yeah. Out to right field, Aaron Altair over toward the wall, and it's into the seats. Nice catch by that fan right there. Coastal Carolina representing. National champions for college baseball.
Made that look easy.
Sure did. Those are the career numbers we talked about with Beckham. Two balls and 2 strikes. Well, that'll send the runners in motion with 2 outs and the count 3-2. Chase Peterson's on deck. Inside ball 4. So back-to-back walks. That loads up the bases. Bob McClure's coming out. I guess there's nobody warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies. Well, maybe that would be the last batter for Bailey, but they have decided to leave him out there to try to get through this inning. Now Pete goes to the phone. Peterson so far is 1 for 2. He walked his last time. Singled in the 4th. He swings at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. He fouled it right off his foot. First batter that Bailey faced was Freddie Freeman. He swung at the first pitch and lined out to Michael Franco, who was on the right side of the diamond. But then Frank Core, a couple batters later, and an opposite field home run. Back toward the middle, Freddie Galvis has got it. And over to first in time, and the Braves leave him loaded. But they have struck for a couple of runs. We've completed 7 innings. We'll move to the 8th inning. Jeff Francoeur's opposite field home run has given the Braves a 2-0 lead. Deals, visit your local Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. Buy McDonald's, mix and match any two for just $2.50 on McDonald's McPick 2 menu. And buy your local Ford stores. Phillies down 2-0. And now as we go to the top of the 8th inning, a little sense of urgency. They'll have to face Chris Withrow, who's in for the first time in this series. He's got a 3.03 ERA. 24 strikeouts in 29 2/3.
Does have 14 walks. He usually throws his fastball, lives at the top of the zone. He's got to report 92, 95 fastball, curveball, and a slider. Slider's more of a cutter action.
Well, as has been the case in previous games, Matt. So this is the rundown of pitchers for the Braves. 5 pitchers used in game 1. 4 pitchers used in game 2. 7 pitchers used yesterday. And now their 5th pitcher here in game 4. Jimmy Paredes leads it off. And it's 0-1 to Paredes.
And I guess that's why they have a 10-man bullpen.
Yeah, they've whittled it down because of the Marksberry injury. They replaced him with a position player. Paredes 205. 0-2. Fights it off to remain alive. Phillies trying to finish up the month of July on a winning note. They are 13-13 here in July so far. They finished above 500 in April, below in May and June. And that got the arm of A.J. Pierzynski. You heard him groan as that ball was fouled off. Man's caught over 1,800 games, man.
He's getting a beating up. That's at the top of the wrist.
In the air to right field. That's well hit. Markakis going back toward the wall. It is gone! Solo home run for Jimmy Paredes. That's his third of the year. Well, the Phillies are on the board here at the top of the 8th inning. Oh, he threw it down and in, and he just ripped it. Now that makes the winner Bob Peace of Blandon. He's won $300 thanks to Jimmy Paredes in the McDonald's home run jackpot.
It's a good swing right here. Nice and short. Fastball down and in. The dreaded oh no zone to the left-hander.
That's the second home run he's hit with the Phillies, his third overall. And now Cesar Hernandez, the batter, and Cesar takes high. Maybe that wakes them up a little bit. Overholtzer and Hector Neris. Two balls and one strike to Hernandez. Hernandez strikes out. Out number one here in the 8th inning. Odubel Herrera's coming up. It's time to get caught up on what's going on around baseball. Here's Greg Murphy. Murph?
All right, thank you very much, Tom. It's our greater coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile. And Colin Ray arrived to his new team, the Miami Marlins from San Diego, on Friday. He pitched for them on Saturday through 44 pitches, 3 1/3 innings. And on Sunday ended up on the disabled list. He had to leave that game with a sore arm. So now the Miami Marlins may very well indeed be back in the market for some starting pitching. The Mets, well, they continue to be crushed by injury. They've lost another starter. This time it's Asdrubal Cabrera. He left today's game after rounding second on his way to third. His left knee gave out. They're calling it a strain in his patellar tendon. He left the field. They needed some help to leave the field, and it was an obvious pain. So he is out for the foreseeable future, and it probably looks like a DL stint for him as well. The Mets just continue to get hammered by those injuries time and time again this year, guys. That's what's going on. It's your greater coverage of baseball presented by T-Mobile.
Folks expect that they may make a deal, not to take Phil Cabrera's void, but just to make a move to see if they have one last run in them, whether it be the wild card or the National League East. 1 ball, 1 strike. Colin Ray apparently had nothing wrong with him before he went to the Marlins. They exchanged the medical records.
Yeah, they're 7.5 games out behind Washington. They have 59 games left. You would think they would go out and make them. They're 3 games of the wild card.
Yep, they're certainly in the mix for the wild card. 1-2 pitch to Herrera. Fouled back.
That's why it's so interesting with the Yankees, with Chapman and Miller gone, and they're thinking they were trying to trade some more players. I mean, they're 5 games out of the wild card.
Well, for the Yankees, it sounded like one part of the front office wanted to do that, and the other part wanted to go for it with the wild card.
So the one part that wanted to go for it was the people who weren't writing the checks?
No, they were. They were. Odubel fouls it back again. It remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tommy Joseph taking charge of the distribution of that foul ball. Maikel Franco caught it off the screen, but the screen was blocking him from tossing it to somebody. So Tommy said, "Give it to me," and he relayed it to a fan right in the front row. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Herrera. Ground ball, Chase Peterson. 4-3 of the putout, second base to first. And here we go with 2 outs and Maikel Franco. Franco is 0 for 3. Now, what is this like, though, these last couple of days before the trade deadline? Are you usually told by the general manager or the manager that there's something that's going to happen?
Zero communication.
Really?
Zero.
You prefer it that way? Or do you have some sort of thoughts that you'd like to at least understand where you possibly could go?
Well, look, let's face it, Twitter wasn't real popular back then.
Or even around.
Yeah, or around. You had rumors. I mean, I learned many years ago not to read the newspaper.
At this time of the year?
Well, period.
Yeah.
Just ignore stuff.
Ground ball toward the shortstop side, gobbled up by Ibar. Broken bat for Franco. Phillies go down here in the 8th inning. They do get a run. Jimmy Paredes puts the Phils on the board here in the top of the 8th. So they draw 1 run closer. They'll have 1 more at bat, and hopefully the deficit will be just 1. We'll be back with the bottom of the 8th right after this. All fans coming to the ballpark to see the Phillies and the Cardinals will receive the Harry Callis statue from Citizens Bank Park, a replica of that statue. It's all compliments of Toyota. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. For the Phillies and the Cardinals, we move to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Turner Field. And Chase Darno will lead it off against Brett Overholtzer, 2-2 with a 5.24 ERA. Overholtzer takes over for Andrew Bailey, who went an inning, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and the home run to Jeff Francoeur. Darno swings at the first pitch, hits it foul, and it'll be over the tarp and out of play, 0-1. Out toward left center field. Herrera on the run, and he gets there. He got an excellent jump. Went from point A to point B quickly. And there's one out. Freddie Freeman is due up.
He did hit this ball on the line, but tremendous jump. Almost overran it.
Freeman is 0 for 3. Last night was his 11th game with 3 hits or more since the first week in June. That's amazing. He is 15 for his last 35 as he foul tips this one, 0-1.
He's been locked in, that's for sure. But again, I'd love to see pitches up in the zone a little bit to him. He's one of the better low ball hitters I've seen in baseball in a long time, because that's the path of his swing. Try to elevate it, and it doesn't have to be a ball, it's face mask.
Center field, Odubel Herrera again. This time comes running in. And Nick Markakis is coming up for the 4th time. Phillies down 2-1. Phillies half of the 9th inning. It'll be Tommy Joseph, Aaron Altair, Carlos Ruiz. 4, 5, and 6. Ryan Howard is available to pinch hit. The pitcher spot is up 4th. Good spot by that pitch from Overholtzer.
Good pitch.
There's Jim Johnson. side. Ball 4. Markakis walks, and that brings Francoeur up. Pete Buchanan may be coming out. He's just on the edge of the dugout. Well, this is the reason why the Braves have the lead. It's our W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Yeah, it comes back in the 7th inning. 0-2 pitch. Chooch calls it for up in the zone. He got it up in the zone, unfortunately. Not high enough. And that's your W.B. Mason delivery of the game.
Francoeur waves at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Markakis has not stolen a bag. He really does not have the wheels that he used to have. He's had so many leg injuries. Neck injury before last year. And another toss over. Line drive foul past Eddie Perez. No balls, 2 strikes to Francoeur. His second go around with the Braves. Very popular the first time around. Very popular again this time around. Brian Snitker has liked having him in the clubhouse, just as Freddie Gonzalez did before.
Off-speed pitch and bounces about right there. Swing over top of it.
You got to be careful to throw the last pitch again.
Yes.
Ground ball to shortstop. Galvis the short way. Markakis is retired. Phillies have one more chance as we go to the top of the 9th inning here at Turner Field. Tommy Joseph will get it rolling when we come back with the Phils down 2-1.
3-1 Braves will have one last chance to get at least one run to keep this one going. After that, it's heading home back to Philadelphia for an off day tomorrow for the Phils, and then welcoming the San Francisco Giants to town on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for a 3-game series. Madison Bumgarner will take the ball for the Giants on Tuesday night. And Zach Eflin, Johnny Cueto will have it on Wednesday night at 7:05 versus Aaron Nola, and then a 1:05 start on Thursday. Business versus special. Jeff Samardzija and Vince Velasquez will take the ball for their respective teams. But guys, this one is not over yet.
No, it's not, Murph, and the hope is the Phils can get something going against Jim Johnson, the closer for the Braves. Johnson 5 saves and 8 opportunities. Chris Withrow pitched the 8th inning and gave up the home run to Jimmy Paredes. Tommy Joseph begins things by taking down low. Base runners are important at this point. One ball and 1 strike. Tommy Joseph is 1 for 3, doubled back in the 4th inning. He is popped out and flied out. Breaking ball, 1-2. You wonder if Jim Johnson is going to go anywhere by tomorrow. If somebody needs a setup man, I mean, if they need a closer, yes, but he's probably better suited to help a contender as a setup man. Tommy Joseph checked his swing. It's 2-2.
Well, he would definitely help somebody. Has a good arm.
Phillies, when trailing after 8 innings, are 1-51 this year. Trying to get that second win. There's ball 4, so the tying run is aboard. And Aaron Altair will be the batter. Altair is 0 for 2. He walked his first time up. Well, a lot of walks in this series for the Braves. 3 this afternoon. Actually 4 counting that one. $17 walks for the Phillies the last 3 games. Fastball, and it's 0-1 to Altair. Hasn't hurt the Braves today the way it hurt them in yesterday's game. Ground ball to shortstop. That could be 2. It's tough to double up Altair because he runs well, but he hit that one right on the nose. Phillies are down to their final out here in Atlanta and on this road trip. 4-5 on this road trip so far. And now they'll try to do it again with Carlos Ruiz and Ryan Howard out in the on-deck circle to possibly pinch hit if we get to that point. Phillies wind up losing this ball game. There's Howard. You could probably point to the first 3 innings from an offensive standpoint against Joel De La Cruz. De La Cruz in the first 3 innings, 6 of the 9 outs were ground outs. Carlos fouls it away. There was the base running mistake by Aaron Altair in the 2nd inning that could have led to a run. Throw now, trying to go from 1st to 3rd with nobody out. Outside. Actually, 6 ground outs in the first 3 innings. Carlos takes high. In the 5th inning, the Phillies had first and second with 1 man down. They were unable to score. Carlos strikes out to wrap up the ball game. And this 10-game road trip is over with. The Phils finished 4-6 on the road trip as they split the 4-game series with the Atlanta Braves. Well, there were some games on this road trip that were tough to swallow for the Phils. They didn't manage a whole lot offensively. Today was one of those days. Meanwhile, Jeff Francoeur managed enough offensively for the Atlanta Braves. His 2-run home run proved to be the difference in this game. 2-1 the final score. The Braves have defeated the Phils. Phils are now 20-14 in 1-run games. We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.